Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another live edition of Thoughts Count Anywhere, coming to you live from the Go Live Vegas studios in the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you for tuning in to the Memorial Day edition of TCA. I'm Aaron Phillips. Far right, your left on the screen, Mr. Matt Mullen. How are you, Matt?
Doing great.
Excellent. Of course, the man in the middle with the other hat on, Chief, is in the house.
Good morning, everyone.
Yes, sir. And one of our major guests today, sitting at the booth, at the table with us, of course, given how tall he is at 6'7", he can sit anywhere the hell he ever feels like, Mr. Duke Lawrence. Good morning, Duke. Well, first we need your mic turned up. Go for it. No mic there, boss. Uh-oh. Anyway, in the meantime...
He had one job.
He didn't have his damn cereal yet.
Give it again.
Good morning.
There he is. Wow, we just didn't put the quarter in the right slot this morning, that's all.
There we go.
And sitting in the DJ booth, our special guest bell ringer, Mr. Tom Crawford. Tom, how are you today?
Locked and loaded, baby. Ready to go. Woo!
I'll tell you what, he looks like...
I missed the first one, so I made it work.
Get in closer to that mic there. Bring
I'm
it closer.
right here,
There
baby,
you
yeah.
go.
Woo!
He doesn't even need headsets. Aaron doesn't need to play with the headset stuff. He's all in there. He's got the shine with the sunglasses. But we got a lot going on. 702-329-6947. Press 1. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. We'll get to that towards the end of the show. Twitter, hashtag Thoughts Count Anywhere. Messages will appear on the screen. Of course, our chat rooms. But before we officially get started, Chief has asked for the microphone. Chief, take it away.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. I'd just like to put a shout out to my wife, Elizabeth. Happy birthday to you. Stay at 29 and holding.
Happy birthday, Miss Liz.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And thank you for all your support, of course, of Chief and TCA and all that you do for the wrestling community, really. She's as much of a support of everybody here as we all are in the studio, and we appreciate that. So anyway,
Let's
hi,
get
Krista.
going.
Yeah, Matt, Huckleberry stories you want to share? Knuckleheads?
Morning, Brandy.
We need a Knucklehead T-shirt, Dan.
I do need one to make one of
We
those.
got so many. Yeah, do you know a guy who can do that? Design
Yeah, I know
shirt?
a guy for sure.
I like the shirt that you're wearing. WW Creative Writing is...
Well, you could say it here.
Shit!
There you go. Which you can find, by the way, on thoughtscountanywhere.com. And then hit the shop tag. And look, it's the first shirt right there on the site. There you go. And we got a couple other ones. Chief and Ain't Easy, black and white. That's a great one. That's one of our new ones as well.
Good morning, Thomas Burnett.
And, of course, we are still kicking off and donating proceeds to the Nevada Coalition of Suicide Prevention for this shirt for Mr. Garth, Eat, Sleep, Watch Wrestling, Repeat, or Eat, Sleep, Sell, Cars, Repeat. 50% of net proceeds of either of those two shirts will be donated to the Nevada Coalition of Suicide Prevention in honor of Garth's grandfather. Of course, more about this shirt coming up, about want to be a guest bell ringer. There's a little more involved in getting one of those shirts, which we'll tell you about. Chiefs Rant is all over the place. Thoughts Count Anywhere. It's such good shit.
Yeah.
Yes, acknowledge me, Aaron Phillips, The Voice, Hall of Fame. You can put that one back up. Why did you take that off when it came to my shirt?
Good morning,
Did you notice he
Sean
did
Hyde.
that? He took the computer down. No. So this is, and I had, by the way, disclaimer here, I had no knowledge that this shirt was being done. It was done, and I'm greatly appreciated by the guys behind the scenes. Classics, whatever you need, they're all up there. Plus, how about some exciting news, Mr. Matt, about our merchandise?
You can also find our shirts on prowrestlingtees.com/thoughtscountanywhere.
Look, if you go to the laptop, I've got it brought up. Look, there it is, Pro Wrestling Tees. Thoughts Count Anywhere with the description and the
Currently
current
got the one up there right now, but I'm working on the other.
We've already sold one last night.
Yeah.
Right? So our logo shirt, which I'm proudly wearing as well, is now available through Pro Wrestling Tees. I feel like we've made it. You know, when you're doing anything in the wrestling business and your merchandise is up on this, you got stuff on this site, don't you, big fella?
Not yet.
What are you waiting for? You need someone to design a shirt? We got a couple of guys.
Design my own stuff.
Okay, well, there you go. But, I mean, this is great. We're very honored to be part of this. So you can get our stuff here as well as through our website, through thoughtscountanywhere.com.
And if you ever need a manager, I'm available.
That's right.
Got you, Chief.
Or have you ever had a faction? Is there ever been like a management faction? Like the three of us could be as manager going to the ring.
This is true.
Could that have? Has there ever been a management faction? I can't think of one.
Could you see them? Could you see us get up out of our seats over at Versus and just walk to the ring with
Oh, I'd
them?
love to.
They wouldn't know what to do.
I would one time. I would love to do that.
Just,
like-
secret. Don't tell no one.
No, don't tell them.
Not
Shh.
even the owners.
Keep it
Don't
to
tell the owners.
Wes, don't listen to anything that we're talking about right now. But yeah, I mean, like he would have his own Ricardo introducing him. That could be me. you guys can. Okay, gotcha. So you guys can then come in and be like his. Well, not like he needs a bodyguard or anything, but anyway. All right, let's get rock and rolling here, gentlemen. Before we introduce
Miss Brandy just
Yes.
asked in the chat room if we are on the Memorial Day sale at Pro Wrestling.
I'm going to say
Tees.
yes. It
Yeah.
popped up on the website. So right now they are having a Memorial Day sale on ProWrestlingTees.com, 20% off merchandise. So hey, try it. $20 regular price. If you get 20% off and save $2, God bless you. Right? That's 20%.
Good morning, Sean Hyde.
Every little bit else.
Right? Exactly. Right? Am I right with that? All right. Let's get started.
Hey, I don't know who this jabroni Austin Hunter
Yeah,
is.
I just saw that.
But don't come in here on my podcast, man. I'll put the damn elbow on your head.
My
son.
goodness. You know what? One of these days we're going to have a Chief Battle Royale. Have you noticed that?
Hey, I almost got into it with Garth last night. man.
Really?
He challenged me last night.
Did you get Garthed?
I was hell no. All right, let's go.
All right, let's get rock and rolling. We're going to start getting into I Hear Voices. Rumor is SummerSlam will be at Allegiant Stadium. Date is official, not the location, however. Announcement of SummerSlam location will be announced on NBC during the pre-race show for the Belmont Stakes today.
Next week.
Or next week, I'm sorry. Where did this come up that maybe it's not going to be at Allegiant Stadium? Because it seemed like it was pretty locked in when we talked about it last week.
It still seems like it locked in just by their schedule because they're going from like Phoenix, and then there's a show, and then they go to like San Diego. It would only make sense for him to be in Vegas. But because of the Manny Pacquiao fight being the same day, that might cause an issue. So,
But I took a look at it, and I agree with you, Matt. If you take a look at it, they're going to Phoenix, they're in Texas, they're going to San Diego. Where else do they have out in the West here that they could actually put it? And they really, what I read, they wanted an outside venue. Even though Allegiant's not an outside venue, it still does the open up part.
they don't got a retractable roof, but all the doors around like the whole side of the thing open. So,
And then so I started thinking about it. Can they go to L.A.? Would they go
the
to
Raiders play the 49ers that week
And would they go to
at SoFi.
then they wouldn't go to Seattle because the Seahawks are probably home. So
I think SummerSlam would probably outgate the boxing.
Yes.
In my opinion, I think more people because you have the attraction of Allegiant Stadium, which really nobody's been in. Think about it, right?
Yeah.
Get a ticket to go there. I don't know. To me, I think SummerSlam. It's one of the big four. I wouldn't be surprised if they outbox office them.
how many people
They're going to get a bunch of money from me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Garth, you better have that van ready, Garth.
For something this big, it's got to be in the Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah.
You can't hold this in the T-Mobile Arena or anything like that.
Yeah,
It's
no,
gotta
it's
be in the
true.
Allegiant
Absolutely.
Stadium,
I mean, I want to see 40,000 people there. Tom, what do you think?
Well, big. Allegiant Stadium, pretty large. I think the last stadium show they had was back in Wembley, wasn't it? For
Yeah, for
SummerSlam?
SummerSlam, yeah.
So I guess it depends on how the card's shaping up and if they do it right. Otherwise, T-Mobile Arena would probably be. I don't know if anybody checked the schedule on T-Mobile as well for that day. So
Well, T-Mobile holds, 15,000 max, roughly?
Yeah.
I know they had a little over 12,000 last night for the hockey game.
I think overflows 18, Aaron.
Okay.
I think.
I'd rather see Allegiant Stadium be
So
at
would
30
I.
or 40,000, because they
definitely.
can't sell all 60,000 because of block off and staging. But I'd rather see 30, 40,000 people, A, or B or C, based on my other reasons. We need the economic impact for our city would be tremendous for that event,
Yeah.
right?
it'd be a good preview for our WrestleMania too.
There you go. That's right.
Just take our money.
702-329-6947. Weigh in with your thoughts about SummerSlam. And then I think we're all in agreement. We've talked about this. Someday WrestleMania has got to come to Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. There's
And
no
I saw
question.
too. I forgot to put it on the run sheet, but tickets for SummerSlam go on sale like June 17th.
Oh, right on. Okay. Garth, better get the company van running. Okay, next topic. I don't even want to look at my phone. I could see Brandy's comments
Yeah.
right now and Thomas Burnett's I don't even want to look. I think I see smoke coming out of my phone right now.
She's typing
They're
right
eating
now.
you up, brother.
You know what? That was expected when I woke up this morning.
That's right. Rumored SummerSlam main event, John Cena, Roman Reigns. Duke, give you that. Let's you kick it off.
My personal opinion is with that main event, I don't think. If I agree, I don't think that a lot of us like the face John Cena. I think we like more like the heel one. But we're gonna get the face one because of Roman Reigns and how he's working his heel character. But I mean,
Is this could this turn into one of these?
I don't like John Cena anyway.
Could
so
this
who
turn into
cares?
one of these previous part timers taking a spot from somebody who's earned that argument all the time when they bring back some of these other veterans?
I think they're doing this to pretty much solidify Roman Reigns or whatever. Like he's beating one of the best WWE
Okay.
champions there was.
Okay.
So, I mean,
to help get him over.
Yes.
But I think we're all in agreement. The big get over would be against The Rock.
Isn't this what I talked about last
Yeah.
week
Yeah.
with
Yep.
with the contracts?
Yep.
The guy just walking in and is it in his contract that he can come back
Right.
and main event?
Well, part of it I think is the commercial push for the first. I mean, they're supposed to go back to touring in the middle of July, but let's face it, this is going to be the first of the major 4 that's going to be back in front of a live audience. I think they're doing it for the attraction as well.
I would much rather see The Rock or Stone Cold.
We'll get Rock next year, or I think if they're going to do it with Rock, it has to be at next WrestleMania. So
I think it's going to be at the WrestleMania in LA. I think they're going to wait for like a long amount of time because The Rock's movie schedule is insane.
yeah, that's very true. Good point. All right, next topic. Oh, he was on that one, man. Brandy and Thomas must be killing him in the chat room. He was on that one. Rumor there will be call-ups from NXT and NXT UK to Raw and SmackDown. Gentlemen, who'd you like to see be called up from either of those rosters?
Adam Cole,
Okay.
baby.
Adam Cole, Chief?
What's the guy over in NXT Europe? The
Walter?
big- Walter.
Okay. Duke?
yeah, I agree with Chief. Walter is going to be a big one right there. I think that that call up is long overdue.
Thomas?
Yeah, I agree too. Either Adam Cole or Walter, or both. Adam Cole's gold on the mic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brandy.
But did you read that? I read an article that said that they want Finn Balor to come back up.
And he's been itching according to some reports. I've got a strange answer to this question. For now, none of them. Look what's happened to everybody who's been called up to either main roster from NXT.
Yeah.
Keith Lee being the worst example of somebody who gets called up after a huge run in NXT,
Yeah.
gets a hot start against Randy Orton and McIntyre, and then whatever happened in the triple threat, which is still being very secretive, who knows? I don't want to see any of them come up.
The only ones
Yet.
that have really come up and who are making it is Damian Priest
Yep. For now.
For now. Yeah.
For now. I'm.
and our 2 females.
There's another one that's a good example of the worst that's coming up to that got caught up in the WWE is Aleister Black.
Yeah.
That's that major one who had a nice run in the NXT.
Right.
And guy is so entertaining.
Do you think he got a little sidelines because of the Zelina Vega third-party online stuff scenario?
I wish I could say that, but
Well, it's an
before they-
opinion. It's opinion.
Yeah.
That's all.
But before that even happened, he was already getting sidelined anyways. Right after him and Ricochet had their little tag team thing, and then ever since after that, it's just been downhill.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So,
Then they did the eye thing with Kevin Owens
Yes.
and all that stuff. So
Yes.
great point. But yeah, I mean, to me, hold off because I don't know what the timetable is for these call-ups, but with them just getting back on the road to SummerSlam, I don't want to see anybody called up yet.
I think if it would make sense to bring Finn back up and Adam Cole. The 2 of them, it would make sense.
Okay. We'll see what happens.
I mean, they're proven.
Absolutely.
They're proven. So
Hey, everybody, before we go to break, we are launching off a month. At the end of this month, well, it's not June yet, so I can't say that. At the end of June, we are going to do a giveaway contest for the entire month of June. So that at the end of the month, we are going to recognize a winner, at the very least, because Thoughts Count Anywhere is going to send you, provide for you, I got to be careful with my words,
Yes.
provide for you a 5-day, 4-night stay in Cancun. That's a grand prize if I've ever heard one. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yeah.
and Garth, you're not allowed to try to
He's not
even
eligible.
get it. You're
Well,
not eligible.
We're going to come up with a
Send
series.
hate mail to Chief at thoughtscountanywhere.com.
That's right. We're going to come up with our own gauntlet match on the last Saturday of the month of trivia questions.
Okay.
And whoever gets all the questions right, they will be awarded the trip to Cancun. Now, you're going to have a choice of 4 resorts down there. These are all, let's see, Royal Sunset Resort, that's all-inclusive. Sunset Marina Yacht and Spa, that's an all-inclusive place as well. Ocean Spa Hotel and Laguna Suites Golf and Spa. The winner will get all notification. This is not timeshare. There's no money out of pocket except transportation to get there. That's it. No timeshare, no nothing. This is affiliated with a fundraiser opportunity with the NFL Alumni Association. Everybody who gets to go on this trip, these resorts are paying a stipend back to the NFL Alumni Association for funds to be donated to their children's charities. So it's all for a good cause. Okay, so we're going to do a build. Mark your calendar. The last Saturday of June will be the Gauntlet. How are we going to call it? Trivia Contest Gauntlet for Mexico, for Cancun. Does that sound good?
Yes.
That's a tongue twister, but
I know,
sure.
but you
say
do
that twice.
No, you do the website stuff. You'll figure a much shorter way to do
We
it.
can say a trivia gauntlet.
Gauntlet Royale.
What did you call it? What did you say it?
The trivia gauntlet.
Trivia Gauntlet, nice and simple.
Royale.
Cancun Trivia Gauntlet. Do you remind everybody where they're going?
Yeah.
The trip for the jabronis.
And Chief will give you a tour of Jabroni City when you arrive. All right, you're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. Happy Memorial Day to anybody and everybody out there. We thank you and love you all for all that you've done for our country, your families, and everybody around the world. You're watching TCA. All of us will be back in 60 seconds.
If inspiration is the beginning, where does it lead? Experience the 2021 Mazda 3 sedan and see where inspiration can take you.
Grab the brass ring in a 2021 Mazda 3 with exclusive FSW discounts at Findlay Mazda. Get Garth today at the Valley Auto Mall.
It's not the worst podcast ever, is it? It's the best podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. All your wrestling news, all your hobbit, all your gimmickry. Go on over, listen wherever your podcasts are downloaded. The Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. I'm the big LG Doc Ellis. That's my endorsement. Booyah!
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
All right, welcome back to Thoughts Count Anywhere. Matt, Chief, myself, Aaron, Duke is in the house, and on the bell, our guest bell ringer, Mr. Tom Crawford. Still, we're still working out the kinks on that bell. Oh, no, I'm sorry, we got Kane.
It's Tom Crawford.
We have Kane. I'm sorry, we have Kane in the DJ booth right now. We need Kane. Who's Kane? Can you give us Kane? I will. No, there you go. Tom, look at your monitor. There you go. When you got to, it's like telling the punchline to a joke. If you got to explain it, it doesn't work very well. Anyway, listen, we have Duke Lawrence with us. You guys have known him around town. Versus Pro Wrestling. He's part of Super Beast now, right?
Yes.
So he's getting out there. So I'll tell you what, I love finding this about you. Originally, you're 6'7". There's no way people are going to not be able to pick you out in a crowd, okay?
Right.
That height will have you stand out. But you come from a family of athletes, and one of them was an Olympic wrestler who competed in the 96 Olympics in Atlanta. Tell us about that.
That's correct.
How cool is that?
Yeah, that was my father.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Oh, how cool is that? So tell us about it.
So my father was a Greco-Roman wrestler. He was in the Army for 20 years.
Yes.
And
Thank him for his service.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
So he was in the Army as the athlete. Like back then, if you were an athlete, you were protected. You didn't have to go to war or anything. Like you were there to train and everything. And he was based out in Fort Carson.
Okay.
But before he was at Fort Carson, he was. We were all over the place. We started in Chicago, went to Fort Benning, Georgia, and then to Fort Carson, Colorado. So we were all over the place, and he was getting ready for his Olympics. Like he's wrestled in Triton College. He's did a lot of national tournaments. He's been a national champion as well. And then he went on to the 96 Olympics and competed there and placed 7th in the world.
Right, in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, how many total wrestlers competed roughly in an event like that? From around the world, if you were to pick a number.
So let's say
For
we're gonna
weight,
think about all
For
the,
wrestling.
for weight class.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
what?
So for the weight class, whatever we gotta think about all the countries that are competing.
Maybe 90.
No, I wouldn't say 90.
You don't think?
Yeah, you gotta think about the countries that were actually participating in the Olympics too. So,
But still, 7th in the world.
yeah.
Did your dad have to deal with the guy that had a broken neck.
Yes, he was
That
on
week.
the same team. He was on the same team. As
Oh, that was
as a
Kurt
rookie.
Angle.
That's right. Yeah.
That guy.
That guy.
It was a freaking broken neck, remember?
That's right.
So
That's right.
I met Kurt Angle when I was a kid. I mean, I was still a little too young. I was like 2 years old.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
you know, I was able to meet him and stuff. And my
Nice.
dad was also cool with Mark Henry. So
Oh, right on.
it was nice. Like that's when he was competing with like powerlifting and everything.
So, I read your bio, of course, and you were sports. You were a three-sport player in high school and everything. You fell in love with basketball. That was your number one. I mean, obviously, with the height, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But then you got away from that, and you got into another kind of ring early before you got into the pro wrestling ring.
Yes. So after I gave up basketball, I went straight into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I competed in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for 3 years, both amateur and pro.
Oh, wow.
I did tournaments, never lost a single tournament at all. Like won every single one of my tournaments, and had it suffer my first loss in my first pro match. You know, but it was a good learning experience and everything, and it was a good journey. But the main goal from doing that was just to prepare for pro wrestling and to like, make the transfer easier.
Did that help you in the training aspect of?
Yes, a lot. After Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I pursued amateur wrestling. So I also did Greco-Roman as well. And I competed in some national tournaments. There were some here in Vegas at South Point Hotel.
Okay.
And I ended up placing top 10 in the nation.
Nice.
So after that was done, I just started transitioning over to pro wrestling.
So does Dad still train today? I mean, does he train people today?
Yes.
Any aspect of it?
Yes,
today?
he trains wrestlers, all types of wrestlers, whether it's from like elementary school all the way up to like college level and stuff. He has a regional training center in Houston, Texas called Rise Wrestling, and he trains wrestlers. He's trained MMA fighters, so he's pretty much living the dream out there.
Yeah, man.
Now, 2020, you transition, as you said, into the ring, the world of pro wrestling.
Correct.
Trained by Shade, of course, Project West, Ricky Mandel, and Gary Galaxy. Give me one thing from each of those trainers that you've taken that they've given you a nugget to help build who you are today in the ring, and then we'll go back to our run sheet.
Oh, man. So let's go backwards. So
Okay.
Let's go with Gary Galaxy.
Okay. Who recently retired from the ring.
Yes, correct.
I called his
So,
last match.
Gary Galaxy, he helped me with he helped tweak my moves too. I also, as well, on top of Gary Galaxy, got to give the shout out to Cutthroat Cody as well. I mean, he wasn't fully there like in person, but he was giving me tips as well,
Okay.
to make stuff a lot cleaner and look a lot better and stuff. But Gary Galaxy, he told me the professional aspect of the business, like what to expect or the professional etiquette and like
Okay.
the backstage and everything like that, what to do, what not to do, and all that. Going to Ricky Mandel, he worked mainly, like cardio and more of like a little lucha as well too,
Okay.
and but he was mainly like you got to have ring cardio.
Right.
A lot of people don't like cardio, but that's something that you have to have.
Right. You have to have that endurance.
Yes, exactly. So I mean, he used to kick my butt with high knees and stuff all the time. Great little, I think they're called like grapevines or something like that.
Right.
Project West, he took his time out of his busy schedule, and he's all over the place. People don't realize how busy he gets, but he takes that time, to like help me with my strikes, make my strikes look more vicious, make me look more like more of a dominant force, not to rush things, take my time. He will always give me people to like go watch the film over
Sure.
and stuff, and to study and take stuff from each person and just build my character however I want. And then last but not least is Shade. Shade spent the most time with me. Like he'll come in, he'll text me, be like, "Hey man, like you coming in to train or whatever, and
He's holding you accountable.
yeah, oh
Right.
yeah." And he was working. He was like, "Look, man, you're gonna be a powerhouse, but I'm gonna make you stand out from just regular powerhouse, regular big men." So he had me like doing a lot of agility stuff, like balancing on ropes and everything. So yeah, he really helped with my career. So like, literally 50% of me, that's
Shade in there.
Yes.
What I like is that the 4 individuals that you named and 5 with Cutthroat, you've gotten very different piece of information from I mean, they can all probably talk to you about everything that the other guy's telling you about.
Right.
But the fact that each of them gave you something different in the recipe for you, I think is incredible that you can then build that foundation on, and kudos to them.
Yeah.
So Yeah, so you debuted within the year. I've seen such huge progression in the year since I've been working at Versus as one of their commentators. And listen, dude, you're on the right track with these guys behind you and training you. I think you have a bright future moving forward. So, all right, let's go to the WWE report. We'll pick a couple of topics. Edge is taking some scheduled time off, most likely to return around SummerSlam time. Thoughts? It says scheduled, but you know what scheduled can mean.
I thought it was kind of crazy that I kind of get it to the point like he's an attraction now. He's not like a full-time guy because it's like, oh, cool, there's Edge. But he's been off for 10 years, so you'd figured he'd want to work more just to like get back in the groove of things. But hopefully he comes for SummerSlam and it's in Vegas because I want to see him alive again.
Again, I'm going to say, why do these guys just come in, do a stick, leave, and then they're going to come back in eventually down the road? They're taken away from the people that are there now. So,
yep.
It's kind of funny how like they bitch about like Brock Lesnar doing that, and then when they get the opportunity, do they do the same goddamn thing?
Right, with others, absolutely. Let's see. Tom, Karrion Kross defeated Finn Balor for the NXT Championship this week. Your thoughts?
That was a fantastic match. I loved every minute of it. So I'm honored to know Kross personally as the Chief, very good friends, and just fantastic to see what he's doing. The power, the persona, the character, and just the presence that he has on there. He looks undefeatable, which is fantastic. And as much as I'd like to see him called up, sooner than later, I think he needs to, be there and be the immovable object and unstoppable force in NXT for a while. And that's going to just cement him when he finally does move to the big card, and he'll be the same thing. He'll be unstoppable, and one of the most formidable crossovers that there will have been in a long time from him at NXT, as far as I'm concerned.
True.
Very true. Look, if things on the main roster were a lot stronger, I mean, we know SmackDown. I think we're all in agreement. SmackDown's better than Raw. I think we're safe in saying that. I think if both shows were very stable and strong, I think Karrion can come up like that. I think we're all in agreement with that. They really don't need to hold him. He'd be a huge draw on the main card. But with all this stuff that's going on the road, I agree. Let's keep him in the NXT for a little bit longer, build that character so they don't screw it up when they finally call him up.
I just had a thought. If they're going to call up wrestlers from NXT and NXT Europe, is that correct?
Yeah.
I wonder when Walter comes over. Walter and Karrion would be a hell of a match.
Yeah, there's a whole world of possibilities. All right, let's talk about some specific things regarding the big show. WWE has finally released Tom Phillips. I say finally only because when he was removed from the SmackDown commentary, there was a lot of speculation that this could happen. Tom Phillips, thoughts, gentlemen? If any?
I was kind of shocked. He's like one of the better announcers for WWE.
Yeah. And look
if
what
we
they
can
just
get
did
Michael
with Raw.
Cole off television, I'm down to replace for anybody.
Right.
When JR went away, they lost the best announcer in wrestling, bar none. So they can try to do what they can try to do with all the announcers they're bringing in, and it still ain't going to make a hell of a difference.
Well, and speaking of announcers, we saw Adnan Virk after a couple of weeks. Good luck on your future endeavors kind of thing. And then he's replaced by Jimmy Smith, who, of course, is very well known in the ring and around it because of MMA. He does a show on Sirius Radio.
Yes.
Who would be the best fit who's out there, do you think, Duke, could be the lead commentary on Raw? Give me a name. Give me somebody.
This is my personal opinion. They should have brought back Marlon Ronaldo.
Okay. Romalo? Okay. He's well loved, but he had the issue, as everybody knows, the public issue with stress and everything. So, Matt?
He stole my thunder, Mario Ranello, for sure.
Okay. Tom?
I actually like, his name's escaping me. Who's on the SmackDown now? The new, they brought him over.
Pat McAfee?
Yeah, I actually like him a lot.
So do I.
He's a lot of fun. I mean,
But remember, we're looking for that main commentator. We're not looking for the color guy.
That's true.
You need the broadcaster.
Yeah.
But look, that whole Tom Phillips thing, man, like that's
10 years.
It's a huge downfall for them. He was very entertaining, and now that they just lost like a big commentator, it's like.
I just want to know how come none of you picked Aaron Phillips.
Acknowledge him.
We're trying to keep.
That's right. Acknowledge me. God damn it.
Trying to keep you ever.
Yeah, exactly. All right. By the way, you'll notice on the screen every once in a while, Avo.tv's logo pops up there. Remember, we are now part of Avo.tv, an international online TV network. You can find us there under channel 26, I believe, which is the Sports Plus channel there. Uploads of our shows. You'll even see clips from Big Valley Wrestling. I'm trying to get Versus stuff up there. So check us out right there. There it is, right above my head, right there. I'm still working. There it is. I got it. There you go, right there. Look at that. All right, Avo.tv, check us out. After every show, we upload the file, so new shows are up there generally within about 48 hours or so. Okay, we are at the bottom of the hour, which generally means, normally, as I'm stretching here,
Me.
we're getting close to hear the typewriter as we're getting close to the Chief's rant. Of course, everybody knows this is 3 minutes of silence, so the Chief can do his thing. And I have no idea what it is, and he always says he never has one, but he says he has one. So are we ready to go? All right, let's get into Chief's rant.
Good morning, everyone. It's the Chief. My 3 minutes of fame, and now it's 2:59 in glory. First of all, shout out to Dave, to my man Dave over at FSW. Thank you for last night. I appreciate it, Dave. Today, I want to talk about the slap that Tony Khan took last night towards the WWE. I thought it was a hell of a slap, and it was entertaining, so to speak. But I did a little homework for us today, and I looked up on the internet. Tony Khan's worth $7.2 billion.
B? Did you say B?
B.
Okay.
Billion.
Blah, blah, blah.
Billion. WWE is worth $5.4 billion, and Vince McMahon is worth $2.1 billion. So, in seeing everything that's going on, Tony talked last night about WWE being with, trying to negotiate with New Japan for the last 2 months, and New Japan being on AEW already, and I know they've been on Impact. I said it a few weeks ago. I wonder if companies are going to start working together. And the interesting thought is Tony Khan can buy out the WWE if Vince wants to sell it. So is Tony Khan going to be the new, so to speak, in charge of professional wrestling? Is it going to happen? Or are the companies going to start working together? I really hope they do, because I think there'll be some real entertaining matches. So just something to think about. That's the Chiefs rant today, over and out.
Interesting take. Now, you mentioned that McMahon is what, $2.1 billion, you said?
$2.1 billion.
Now, is that like liquid assets, not including his involvement with the company, like stocks and everything?
That's $2.1 billion.
Everything?
Everything.
Okay. Because I was going to say, if he's got still stocks sitting in the company that he hasn't cashed out to add to his pocket, then that 2.1 could be a lot higher.
But still saying it, Tony's worth 7.4. Right. Tony could buy him out.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Technically, it's Tony's dad that's worth that much money.
No, when I looked up on the internet, I specifically put Tony in, and it said Tony was worth 7.4.
His dad gives him a hell of an allowance.
I was going to say.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
The one comment that was in there, it said that he gets a hell of a salary.
But I'll tell you what, if he keeps signing Tim Tebow to be a tight end, he's going to be spending money that's worthless. So his value's going to keep going down.
I've seen worse deals done than Tim Tebow.
All right, let's get back to the report. A couple other nuggets here. What do I want to talk about next? You talked about that. So, Matt, you have something in the middle bullet there. It says, reports say the current plan for her doesn't involve her wrestling, but to help get another female talent over.
Oh, Eva Marie.
Oh, Eva Marie. Okay. Now that you mentioned that, I read that as well.
Why did we have to bring that name up? Who the hell cares? Who the hell cares?
I was just curious as to
who the hell cares about a car? Who cares?
A what?
A car.
I don't
Who
care
cares about a car?
It's a hood ornament. That's important.
I could care less.
Lonely men care about her.
That's right. All right. Does anybody care that Cardi B will be the guest host for SummerSlam? What's her connection? Why would Cardi B be the host of SummerSlam?
Here's the thing: whether you like her or love her, hate her, whatever.
Who is she?
Cardi B. So Cardi. Let me break it down for you.
can-
Cardi
Hey,
B.
Edge,
I'll break it down. I'll break it down.
I'm an old man.
I'm gonna break it down.
I'm an old man, so I'm supposed to.
She shakes her butt. I know that.
I'm supposed to like.
You didn't know who Bad Bunny was either, though, did you, Chief?
I'm supposed to like put on.
I got you. So Cardi B, before her fame, whatever, she started off as like a stripper or whatever.
Okay.
And then she was on the show.
Now Chief is interested.
Now she was on. she was
"Now
on the
you
show
have my attention."
Love and Hip Hop in Atlanta. But then, and on the show, that's where she started doing her like music career and stuff. And basically, she's a rapper. So during on that show, she started getting a whole bunch of publicity and stuff, and then her music was actually like starting to be good, and then she just blew up. Now Cardi B is literally like a part of like different types of cultures now.
Okay.
So like whether it's in the Hispanic culture, the Black culture, right? She's a part of all that.
Okay.
So doing that, especially with like the younger group of people too, and she's even got like the older generation as well. Like,
So she's
like,
trying to bring communities.
Yes,
She's like
So
a-
I think that's a
Send,
good.
send me some of her music.
I got you.
If she likes the old community,
This is a whole sideshow.
I'm in favor for it.
So she's got people from like younger generations.
There you
to
go,
older
Chief,
generations,
Chief.
right there. She's got people from younger generations to older generations, literally like bumping the same music, like all her music.
If we can
whatever.
play WAP and get Chief's face, his reaction to that song would be hilarious.
Next week, Chief's going to come in with a bunch of bling on.
it's okay.
Like Sasha Banks?
Like an equivalent to her, like right. It's two different worlds. But the equivalent to her would be like John Cena. Whether you like her or like him or hate him, he's making an impact, regardless. So and
I got
that's how Cardi B is. A lot of people don't like her, a lot of people love her, but she's still making that impact with her. She's still hitting Billboard top.
I think I saw her on the Wendy Williams show.
Might have been.
I believe I did.
Take the H out. It's WAP.
I believe.
Let's just say that right now there's
Jesus
there's some interesting comments coming in here in the chat room, which I will not repeat. Sean is very distinct in explaining in sharing his opinion on that whole concept. Let's just put it that way. So anyway, and also Brandy does suggest that what song is it that should be sent to?
The producer just asked us what WAP is. There's so many jokes
I
that
know.
I had. Oh my god.
Wings and pizza.
Oh
Wings and
my
pizza.
goodness.
Google WAP. Just Google WAP.
There you go. All right, let's-
Wrestlers awaiting passports.
Let's go
I hope
to
your wife doesn't check the search history.
Thank you, my sister.
all right. Let's go to the next topic. Reports say that Alexa Bliss was not at Raw this week because of the passing of her pig, Larry Steve.
Hey, it's a family member. I can understand that.
Like a pet, right?
My doggy just went under surgery Wednesday, so I totally understand it's a family member.
Sucks the way her pet went out too, because I guess he was in a lot of pain and
Nobody-
that stuff, and nobody would take him, so she had to watch him suffer for like
Yeah, no
24
vets.
hours
no vet?
before he
No,
died.
no vets would see her.
Then they had to have Dr. Pole, right? Isn't that the guy that's on television, the animal veterinarian, Dr. Pole? He has his own show. They got to call that guy.
Yeah, they
He
said
can-
a regular vet said the pig was too big. She wasn't comfortable like dealing with him because of the situation he was in.
Wow.
And she called like 13 other vets, and they all said no. So
I see lawsuit there.
Wow.
Coming.
having to watch your pet suffer for that long
Yeah.
for them to die—that's
No question.
a traumatic
I agree.
thing.
Okay, John Cena has been in some heat this week because of a comment he made while in China, calling Taiwan a country.
Get
Who
over
cares?
it. Get over it.
He's not a jam geography teacher. He's a goddamn actor and a wrestler.
And he sells
I
pistachio
hear dumber
nuts.
stuff on Fremont Street daily.
Is this a mountain out of a molehill?
Please.
I get people that'll stop me and be like, "Hey, do you know how much the $7 bus passes are?" I'm like, "They're $20. Just give me the cash. I'll go get
I'll go
it for
take
you
care
real
of it for
quick."
you.
Somebody's going to get offended by anything.
That's
You know,
right. It's
ridiculous.
true.
But
Absolutely.
speaking of Cardi B, how do we live in a society that people are upset and like want to cancel Dr. Seuss, but WAP is all over TV?
Yeah?
That makes no damn sense to me. But
But
welcome to 2021.
my brother, unfortunately, that's the culture that we live in today.
Absolutely.
And
Shit's
we've
wild.
and we've allowed it. And I say this collectively, we've allowed that to happen. Unfortunately.
And personally, I think it's all because of social media getting out of hand. All right, before we go to break, we're going to go to our last break of the show. We have a lot to cover, so I'm going to have to try to cover some stuff here. But when we come back, we're going to talk to Tom for a couple of minutes in terms of letting people know what he does, other than being a big wrestling fan. And then we have a couple of specific questions for both of them that we'll touch. Birthdays still to come, and some pop culture, including some discussion about...
about twerking.
About Memorial Day.
Speaking of Cardi B.
About Memorial Day twerking? I don't know about that. Thoughts Count Anywhere. We'll be right back.
If inspiration is the beginning, where does it lead? Experience the 2021 Mazda 3 sedan and see where inspiration can take you.
Grab the brass ring in a 2021 Mazda 3 with exclusive FSW discounts at Findlay Mazda. Get Garth today at the Valley Auto Mall.
It's not the worst podcast ever, is it? It's the best podcast. Thoughts Count Anywhere. All your wrestling news, all your hobbit all your gimmickry. Go on over, listen wherever your podcasts are downloaded. The Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. I'm the big LG Doc Ellis. That's my endorsement. Booyah!
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
All right, welcome back. Fourth quarter of Thoughts Count Anywhere coming at you. 702-329-6947. Press 1 to bring you right into the studio to chat with any of us here. The phone number's right there on the screen, 855-502-4321 if you're outside the United States. Same thing, press 1 to come into the studio to chat with anybody if you have questions. All right.
And a shout out to my friend David Lawson.
Okay, Hi David. Thank you for watching. All right, Tom.
Yo.
You have 60-second commercial time. Tell our listeners, what do you do for a living besides hanging out with wrestling folks?
That's pretty much it, right?
No. Yeah, exactly.
I kind of work in the insurance business, but on the side, I employ my right brain kind of personality, and I do web design, digital marketing, that kind of thing on the side. I really enjoy doing that. And that's allowed me to kind of get involved in the pro wrestling business by, building websites for some of the popular independent wrestling promotions. The one around town, FSW, built their website, did Gangrel's recent website update, and I'm currently building one for a new promotion in town. I don't know if I should mention that.
I think we mentioned
definitely should.
It.
The Super Beast Training Compound.
I don't want him banging down the door saying, how come you didn't mention it?
Well, I wasn't sure if it was
I mentioned
released
it
or not, but okay, you did. All right. Well, I don't want Super Beast beating me up either, because
we still love you, Beast.
No, I love Beast. Are you kidding me? It's fantastic. But I'm just about done with that. That'll be released pretty soon. I think it's fantastic, and enjoying what I'm doing.
Right on. Well, thank you for joining us this morning. We're happy to have you here. All right, Mr. Matt, we got a couple of specific questions for our guests. Why don't you fire away?
Hey, Duke, what's your immediate and long-term goals in wrestling?
Oh, man. My one big goal is, it's not really within wrestling, but with pro wrestling, I want to influence people to get more people to watch it instead of being so quick to judge and be like, pro wrestling's fake, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But at the same time, they're watching action movies. But with us, we're not using our own stunt doubles or anything. I want people to watch pro wrestling and be like, man, those are some athletes, get people to say that. So that's one of my goals outside of the ring. Inside of the ring, I want to travel the world, get my name out there, make my name like an international name, and not just sticking into one spot. So those are my main goals.
Nice.
I agree with you 100%, by the way, about the athlete.
Yeah.
What's your Mount Rushmore?
Oh, man. Put me on the spot, Chief.
And
if you've been watching the show, we asked that question.
And I'm the only one that gets 5. So you only get 4.
I get 4?
That's it.
Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling. Let's see. Jeez. gonna get a lot of critiques for this, but I have to put The Rock up there
Okay.
for sure.
I like that one.
He's on a lot of Mount Rushmores,
Yeah.
folks.
Yes, he is.
And in-ring talent on the mic.
We have a little shoot going on in the chat room right now between Brandy and Austin. I may have to start calling that match. So
Yeah.
anyway, I apologize.
Let's see. So The Rock. Gosh, I have to put Ric Flair on there.
Thank you.
Ric Flair. We're gonna go with. I'm gonna go ahead and say Bruno Sammartino.
Thank you.
Oh man, right on.
And I'm gonna bring it more to like the newer age because heavy influence AJ Styles, for sure.
That's an interesting cross section of past and present,
Yeah.
but of styles.
You got
Not
it.
AJ Styles per se, but of different styles and technique in the ring. That is really cool.
Hey,
So,
before we go to Tom, I got to drop the name today.
Okay.
New name, Baron Mikhail Cicluna.
Oh, Baron Miguel Cicluna. Oh, I loved him.
No idea.
Oh yeah. If you can search him and bring up a picture there, Mr. Producer, Baron Miguel.
Were cameras invented then?
Baron.
They were slow moving. They had the big reels in them. So
Is that one of those ones you had to hold still for like 45 seconds for them to like catch it?
Baron Mikhail Cicluna.
my goodness, wow, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Do we have one for Thomas?
Is that me?
No, I'm saying. I'm turning my questioners here.
I'm going to know. I want to know what his mouth.
My
was.
Rushmore?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
And this is spanning my 40-year fandom here, so I'm gonna agree. Bruno Sammartino, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, and to wrap it all up because of the longevity of his career, I'm gonna pick The Undertaker.
That's a good list.
Yeah, that's a good list also. I like that names like Bruno Sammartino over the last couple of times we've asked that question, some of the guys from that era of wrestling,
Yeah.
guys like yourself, Duke, who are in the business, have to know the history of the business. Should. And I'm sure that's coming from your trainers.
Yes.
I mean, how many times do we hear stories when new rookies come up to baseball or football, they don't know who X, Y, or Z was from 20 years ago because they've never studied the history of the sport to understand the sport.
Right.
And Bruno, who didn't grow up? Bruno, Gorilla Monsoon, Haystacks Calhoun, that whole generation was so different than what we see today because of today.
Yes.
But the fact that those guys really, they're the ones that really paved the way for the evolution in the 80s with Hulk Hogan and all that stuff and whatnot. I mean, that's great that these guys are still being thought of and named. I think that's great.
When I went to Madison Square, and I'll make this real quick, tickets were $12. Okay, and now you look today.
Yep.
There he is right there. You look today what we
If
pay.
Elvis and Bruno Sammartino had a kid, that's it.
Time
to rumble, baby.
You look.
Don't make Chief mad.
You look at
do
what
a
we
weekly.
pay for tickets today, and those guys paved the way
Yeah.
so that the people today eventually can make a good living at what they do.
Sean mentions that Chief listened to Baron on the radio. There were no TVs back then.
Exactly.
I remember when I went.
Sean's in trouble.
Hey, Sean. Yeah, but you were in the Northwest, buddy, so I know what it was like up
Sean wasn't even a thought when that.
up in Duke with them.
All right, we have about 10 minutes left, so let's run through the A&W root beer, good stuff. AEW card. Let's give some quick predictions, birthdays, and then we'll wrap up with some Memorial Day stuff that I have prepared. How's that sound?
Let me put the cheaters
Put your cheaters on. All right, real quickly, let's just go around the horn.
37-5.
Just quick response. This is like, what kind of game is that they play? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Whatever. Okay, Kenny Omega versus Orange Cassidy versus Pac for the championship. Who's your winner?
Kenny Omega, final answer.
Okay.
I agree.
Sid wants to be a millionaire.
Dun, dun, dun.
I agree.
Duke? Love it. He's on it.
Quick on that one.
Kenny
That was
Omega, final
impressive.
answer.
Drama.
Kenny Omega. Tom.
Yeah, it's Kenny Omega.
AEW Women's Championship. Sheeta versus the Dr. Britt Baker.
Britt Baker, we riot.
Chief.
Britt Baker.
Duke.
Sheeta.
Tom.
Britt Baker for the controversy.
3-1 on that
The
one.
new belt.
Okay, Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Ogogo. Ogogo? Agago?
A go-go.
Ogogo? Lady Ogogo?
It's got to be Cody.
I agree. Cody.
I disagree. Anthony Ogogo.
Okay.
Ooh, I thought it was going to be unanimous. Cody, yeah, it's Cody.
All right. Where's the music? Give me the thing again. Next. Adam Page, Brian Cage.
Adam Page.
You know, I agree with you on that one. Adam
Along
Page.
with everybody at Sunset Station.
I agree.
That's
Okay. I'll agree with y'all on this one. I'll go with Adam Page.
I'm going to be the one dissenter. I'm going with the machine.
all right. The Casino Battle Royale. I don't know who all the participants are, so the list I'm sure has come out, right? How many people
If
are
it's
in that?
people listed, it's Christian Cage. If it's the surprise and it's Andrade is going to win.
Okay. The TNT Championship, Miro versus Lance Archer. I say Miro. I'm going to jump in on that one. He just got
Miro.
the belt.
Yeah, Miro.
Yeah.
I'm going with Miro. I don't want Brandy to hate me for going to what she calls tramp stamp lounge.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. There you go. Wrong answer.
Although I really want to see Lance Archer win it.
I like Lance Archer a lot, but I think it's going to be Miro.
All right.
I agree.
All right. There you have it. Let's see. The Pinnacle versus the Inner Circle in the Stadium Stampede.
Pinnacle won the first one, so Inner Circle's winning this one.
Okay. Chief.
I want to see Jericho beat MJF's ass. Enough said.
Okay.
Run him over with a golf cart.
Damn
Did we-
right.
Yep.
Use the pine box.
I'm with Chief on this one.
Yeah. Hello.
Did we lose?
There we go.
Did we lost Duke's mic?
We got it right there.
Oh, it's back.
We got it.
All right.
I'm going with the Inner Circle final answer.
All right. Sting and Darby Allin versus Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky.
It seems like a gigantic mismatch, honestly. Darby Allin and Sting.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to go with Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky.
Ooh. Yeah, no, I'm going with Sting and Darby Allin.
Yeah.
Tom?
Same here.
All right. AEW Tag Team Championship: The Bucks versus Moxley and Kingston.
If the Bucks were ever in trouble, this is the one, but I think they're going to sneakily win somehow.
I think it's Mox and Kingston. And I think they're going to shut what's-his-name's mouth up for sure this time. The guy from Impact.
Oh, Callis.
Don
Yeah,
Callis.
yeah. I hope they
Cyrus the Virus.
I hope they wire his mouth shut.
Duke.
I'm going with Moxley and Kingston. I think in the future they're going to probably build Moxley up to be like a Grand Slam champion.
I can see
That could be true. As much as I love him, I love Moxley, but I still think the Young Bucks are they're building him up to be one of the greatest tag teams, legacy wise. I think so.
I'm on the side of Moxley and Kingston. Thomas Burnett has Moxley and Kingston. Sean says Ethan and Scorpio to the moon, strap the rocket. So again, great matches. We'll talk about them next week. Okay. With that,
Happy birthday to
as
you.
the band starts
Happy
drumming up
birthday to you.
to get ready for birthdays, it is that time with about 6 minutes to go in the show. We want to take this opportunity to wish you all a very happy birthday. And of course, Chiefs Liz, we want to wish you another happy birthday. Many, many more to come from all of us here at Thoughts Count Anywhere. But if you are celebrating a birthday from today through next Friday, these are some of the wrestling folks that you are sharing your birthday with. May 29th, Pete Gas, Spice, Brian Kendrick, or should I say the Brian Kendrick, Nia Jax, or that's the whole cake she's going to have, Hornswoggle. May 30th, Jake the Snake Roberts, who's the next topic for the A&E biography this weekend. Next week, let's see if we can get. I want to
Sponsored
talk
by Budweiser.
Sponsored, yes. or snake venom, one or the other. But I do want to talk about that next week. Hopefully, we have time to talk about the A&E series, some controversy with some of the shows. No Way Jose, May 31st, Montez Ford, June 1st, James Storm. June 2nd, the aforementioned AJ Styles, Lex Luger, Velvet Sky, and Grotto. June 3rd, Braxton Suter. Is it Suter, like the hockey guy?
Yeah.
Okay. June 4th, Gorilla Monsoon. Now, there was a commentator. Him and Bobby Heenan, I think 1 and 1A with Jim Ross and the King. Would you guys say?
And Jesse Ventura.
They were good together on Tuesday Night Titans.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah,
they were just great.
Yep.
Joe Malenko, Jazzy Gabbard, and Riho. Once again, happy birthday to all of you out there watching. And again, happy birthday to all of you in the world of professional wrestling celebrating. We wish you many, many more years of birthdays to come. Okay, anything else before the good of the order, before we get into some Memorial Day facts? It is Memorial Day weekend, the traditional, unofficial start of summer, of course. A lot going on in town. Traveling back to Vegas the last couple of months has been up. Millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in casino revenue has been won, so things are starting to look normal on paper. June 1st, everything opens up. So how much more crazy is it going to be on Fremont?
Fremont has been crazy like the last month.
It's like and music is coming back starting June 1st on the free stages,
Yeah,
right?
there's like a big concert Tuesday at like midnight.
Hey,
Right, and
I wonder if the mayor will be there and she's going to burn her mask.
She's been saying that for like months. She came for a grand opening for like Dick's Last Resort
Yeah.
like a couple weeks ago.
Where are they down
And she
there?
got in the door and she took her mask off and she's like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to burn."
I
these
know, right?
things."
All right, with that, we do, from the bottom of our hearts here, Memorial Day weekend is meant to honor those who've been in the service one way or another. Of course, our very own chief. Duke's dad, you said, was in the service. Do you have any connections to the service?
My father was a Marine.
There you go. Do you have anybody?
My uncle was in the Army.
All right. So we thank you all. So I'm just going to give a little history. It's just 5 pieces of information about Memorial Day. The Star Spangled Banner's playing. We have
Duke's
to show.
standing up, he's going to make us all look tiny.
I know. That was why I hesitated for a moment there. Okay, Memorial Day was originally named Decoration Day. In 1869, the head of an organization of Union veterans established Decoration Day as a way for the nation to honor the graves of those who died in the Civil War with flowers. That's because Memorial Day was the day that all these flowers budded. May 30th was chosen as the observation day because flowers are in bloom, as I just mentioned. Memorial Day was declared a national holiday in 1971. The official birthplace of Memorial Day is in Waterloo, New York. And last but not least, the National Moment of Remembrance, which I hope most people realize happens at 3 p.m. Your 3 p.m. on time. Did I just bust the mic? Your 3 p.m. time on Monday, anywhere that you are at 3 p.m. It is take place Memorial Day. Turn on your lights, whatever you need to do to salute those who served all across. So again, we want to thank everybody for Memorial Day because quite frankly, without folks like Chief and Duke's dad and Tom's relative in the military, guys, let's face it. Oh, okay, all right, did not know Aaron's grandfather. We would not be here today being able to do what we do freely and comfortably around the world. So thank you to everybody out there, family, extended. Chief, you know we love you.
And for those of you that are serving now,
absolutely.
Thank you for assuming the watch.
Absolutely, and for sure. Okay, we have about a minute or so to go. Let's wrap up. Final thoughts.
Thank you, too, for coming in. It was an awesome show. Everybody, have a good week. Have some fun on Memorial Day weekend.
Be safe. For sure.
Thank
I'm
you
tired
all.
of saying that for a year. Go reckless, everybody.
That's
Screw it.
That's a good point.
Thank you all for tuning into the show and stuff and showing support. Like, I wanted to just take the time to shout out all the Vegas pro wrestling fans and just pro wrestling fans period, man, for showing support and everything. We love that. And with everything opening up, and not us having to lock down and stuff, we can actually have our audiences back. We love it, man. So keep doing y'all, man. We appreciate
I miss losing my voice at wrestling shows.
Well, I get to do that every time I'm behind a microphone. By the time I'm done with that after doing shows here, I have nothing to use when I get home.
Hey, I'm going to go
Which I'm
real
sure my
quick.
wife is happy about.
One show coming up this
Yes.
week, June the 5th, versus Pro Wrestling, 2 p.m.
Yes.
And the rest of them I will do next week. But that's the only one for June, for this week coming up, June the 5th
Actually,
versus.
there's one Saturday at FSW.
Well, I don't have that. I wasn't given that one.
All right, just let you
If
know.
it's not on his sheet, we don't do it. So, all right, Tom, real quickly.
Yeah,
final
just
thoughts.
have a great week. Lots of great wrestling coming back finally weekly to Las Vegas. So make sure you check your schedules.
We tried with Tom to put a flag behind him,
Yeah,
but the
it did.
flag was eating him up.
Like ate me.
But, okay, yeah.
God bless America.
All right, real quickly, just a reminder, the last show this month, we're going to have the Trivia Gauntlet for the winner to answer a series of trivia questions for a trip to Cancun, Mexico. You'll have a choice of 4 resorts. This is not timeshare, nothing. This is something to give back to the NFL NFL Alumni Association for them to donate funds to children's charities. The resorts make donations back to the NFL Association. We'll talk about more as the weeks come. All right, with that, listen, great show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. By the way, remember, we're on ProWrestlingTees.com. Of course, ThoughtsCountAnywhere.com. Look us on Avo.tv, Facebook, you name it. We are out there. We thank you all for having us become probably one of the fastest, if not the fastest growing wrestling talk shows on the internet. Thank you to Go Live Vegas because without Aaron and this studio, we would not have been able to continue to reach the levels that we are.
Even though he didn't eat his cereal today.
Yeah, no, so we have to make that a segment. I hope you know that. We're going to make that an official segment next month.
And Duke,
all right.
Duke, thanks very much for coming in. Tom, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, Tom, Duke, thank you so much for coming in. All right, with that, just a reminder, top of 12 o'clock, high noon here Pacific, twin brothers from different mothers, Neil Portnoy and I will be hosting our weekly show with guest Colin Cahill, who's a singer. Just check out the promo online. For everybody here, be safe this weekend. We want to see you all back out there. As I always like to say, be kind to everybody. Why is that? We're all we have. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week right here on Thoughts Count Anywhere.